Hey there, my name's Neandra. This is competitive Overwatch Horizon Lunar Colony at around 3980 SR. So far, I've avoided reviewing 2CP games, but this one I thought was pretty good. Be careful, we're a little split.
Solar's top right.
Oh, what the fuck is this? Why? Holy shit, why are there 4 of them up there?
Got Genji, got Genji.
I'm not gonna res, we can fight. I'm dead,
I can't res you.
Although flying up to Winston allowed me to start healing him quicker, my positioning in the air was a little exposed.
Slip. There you go, up. On speed if we want to run in.
Go, let's go, he has no hooks.
Shoot. Use steel. Can you go? This hook.
Trace coming behind us.
We're behind. Never mind.
I missed out on like a second of damage boost here. I was very slow at turning myself around here.
It's at 90. Grab.
To get to Winston, I used the platform to cover me from Soldier Ult, and I really like that.
No idea what.
Notice that Widow is dead, and I still have a res left.
She's at him there.
I stayed to heal my allies instead of flying over to res Widow. I wasn't too happy with this decision, but I was worried other allies like Zarya here would die if I left them alone for a few seconds.
Look at this folder. And hog's low.
Use steel. On speed. Heal.
This is super minor, and I only did it for like a second, but healing Lucio while 4 enemies are in Graviton feels a little wasteful. Like, I feel damage boost is more effective here.
I used my beat and got like stalled in the low gravity.
Good shit, Zarya. Getting this fucking grabs hella fast.
Yo, I had to do 3,000 damage before getting my first kill, just saying. That was really fun. Literally so fucking stupid.
Like, no one was dying. Like, that team up
Yeah.
for so long.
Well, it fed so much.
They're calm.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay, my beat's a 9.
Another visor.
I'm hooked.
The enemy team using 2 ults on like a half push where we use nothing is super good. Yeah, we also got both support ults. Nice.
We also got visor.
Lucio and I are on the way.
Oh.
I note that we have 2 picks, Widow is dead, but Valkyrie is ready. My brain was a mess. I'm like, should I activate it and try to get her? Should we just wait for her to respawn? Like, I couldn't commit to the decision, basically. I fly over, and I felt I still had time to Valk and get Widow. But I look at Soldier and Zarya, they're almost dead. I was worried Tracer would just kill them both in the time it would take for me to fly over to Widow and get her, so I begrudgingly leave her.
No! Fuck! Yo, you just rest me.
We're still down with, okay. I was hesitant, but then I looked at the kill feed, saw we got another pick, and was like, okay. If we were planning to push in after this res, I probably should have Valked instead of making our critical Winston sit there in pain for 2 seconds. I finally activate Valkyrie as an initiation tool. Because of D.Va ult, I had to reposition and turn my back to the fight. I can get him.
That was a horrible grab, my bad, dude.
I fly over to revive Lucio. Winston and Soldier also die, but before my brain can process this, I've already pressed E. 2CP attack is fucking brutal. Being down 2 usually means the fight is just completely over. Unless someone gets a lucky ult, and we've already used Grav and Visor. I think at this point, I needed to admit the fight was over and just let my allies and myself die instead of healing anyone. I stalled my death and wasted a few seconds by thinking that was a viable hiding place. I should have just dropped down and embraced death. A good thing about resurrecting Lucio over Winston here was that he has less HP to feed.
I don't know what he's doing.
August, go heal.
We're going in without Winston.
I'll never cool down.
Trace coming behind us.
Armor's all the way to the back where they spawn.
Oh, let's
You go in.
visor again. Good point. Okay, I'm visoring after this.
Trying to stick with our mercy. Grab, get this in. Beats at 90.
And as well.
This res was so ambitious. Holy shit.
Oh my god.
Holy fuck! Thank you.
Let's go.
Sick. I had to position here so Diva Bomb didn't kill me, but maybe I should have moved like my camera view to the right a bit in case the enemy was coming from spawn.
Let's go. Good shit, boys. Sorry, you have gold damage, right?
Hell yeah, I do.
What is it?
9,700.
Alright, I'm not too far.
My mind was racing, trying to choose a position where I could damage boost Soldier and not be totally exposed. And then I was just like, oh, fuck it, let's go damage boost someone on the point. Although Graviton is an amazing ult, I probably should have been damage boosting Zen or Orisa here, since they're more likely to hit long-ranged enemies.
Holy shit.
It's Discord on the river.
This positioning was extremely poor. A second before I peek the corner to heal Soldier, you can hear Roadhog's footsteps coming from the left, which I subtitled. So I should have assumed he was there and had his hook ready.
Suck it.
Thanks. I understand wanting to keep moving, but why did I walk off the point again? That was my bad. Yeah, I just made like a chain of mistakes here. What's funny is that Soldier wasn't even that hurt when I went out of position for him, and he had a Harmony Orb. Instead of going off the point to heal him, I should have just positioned here instead.
Damn, we got rolled.
Yeah.
It's all good, we regroup.
Yeah, we lost the point because of my mistakes. Also, swapping Zenyatta for Lucio kind of worried me a little, because, you know, his ult charge had been reset, and I wasn't close to Valkyrie. I just had to kind of hope that since the enemy capped point A so quickly, they didn't have that much ult charge either.
He just hits all of his orbs on me like legit. He's pushing up. Be careful. I have visor ready.
You guys stuck? Very supercharged. Sorry one. Oh, you got away.
I took some unnecessary damage there. I should have cancelled Guardian Angel before reaching the platform. I thought to myself, let's wait and see if another ally dies before popping Valkyrie, in case we don't need it. After I res Soldier, I spin around and see 2 dead corpses, but only 1 corpse marker. Oh. So that's where he was. Yeah, resing Winston would have been much better here, but I just didn't have the time to be looking for him. I felt I needed to res someone immediately. There's a Roadhog right behind you.
Wow.
You can res me. Grab.
I can't res anymore.
It's all good.
All deep when I come back.
Stall. Push.
Using damage boost over healing may seem questionable,
Genji pretty low.
but my allies are taking so much damage that my healing doesn't do anything, whereas damage boost may secure a kill. I feel like I maybe should have switched to my staff upon hearing friendly grab and beat. I sat through the reload animation instead of swapping to my staff, which I think is pretty rough.
No way. Have this off point.
Wow, that's bad.
Jesus Christ.
Yikes, I feel partially responsible for my team losing this round.
Got a lot of time to it, so.
One every.
I
top.
wanna go. Genji's gonna look to go to behind Genji Tracer.
And get them up.
Tracer's in. Nice.
Very good.
Let's go in. On speed. And some
I peek to see if Zarya is okay to res and spot a flash of red outline. I decide to leave it and note enemy Roadhog is behind us.
in one. Nice.
No, this Genji's just focusing me hard. I'm outside of
I should have had my camera view look towards the point while moving to Junkrat.
It's doable, it's doable.
No, wait. Oh my god. I'm
Yeah,
tired.
I'll try Reaper.
Starting over.
Fully regroup. Any ult goes?
My ultimate is almost ready.
About
Get you back out there.
tired. There.
My ultimate is ready. Go. I'll be watching over.
Oh,
Pulse bomb voice there.
let's hit 90.
You can go left. You guys wanna go left or?
Zarya's a little behind, be careful.
Holds up.
Missed out on like a second of damage boost. Oh fuck, Tracer behind. I run through my allies and try to use them as meat
They
shields.
literally solo ulted me with both ults, so.
I'm gonna Valk point.
Win, refight that. Yeah, refight.
Yeah, we win.
Nothing in speed.
Zarya's behind with that Roadhog. Zarya behind with Roadhog.
I got 3 kills. We got. No, stagger them. Because like if we kept the point.
I damage boost Reinhardt while he's at half health, and then he gets hooked, and instead of switching to heal, I just kind of let him die. I then revive him, even though we've won the fight and he could just respawn normally. Yeah, I made some weird decisions with this. Most likely.
Yeah, probably. And they're probably gonna have their own grab as well. So we gotta like. We can either do a dry push.
Junkrat's a little behind, be careful.
Yeah, I'm good.
Go.
You choose.
Go to point now.
Resin 5. If only Raz wasn't on cooldown. The enemies in front of me are pretty distracted. This would have been a good time to res. I see Tracer and decide I'm just gonna res anyway. This was risky and dumb, but I thought she was just kind of looking elsewhere. I got the res off, which is great, and I feel I would have lived if Tracer hadn't used Pulse Bomb. I think she knew this too, and that's why she used ult on a non-moving target.
Come on, just Tracer.
Yeah, can you guys get like a tick at least? Great.
Yeah, we gotta take.
Fantastic.
You guys can win this. You guys can win this easy. I'm Tracer right now.
Junk and I are on the way. Tracer and I are on the way.
Okay, so I can just bring you back faster.
I got. What? I'll be back quick.
Yep. Instead of bringing back Lucio, I decide to hold res for one of our DPS or tanks.
Come on, man.
Tracer's kind of on me. Great, thanks.
Alright, we got it. Full cap. Nice. Nice. Good work, guys. Oh. Good push.
Yeah, I'm not.
We still got time. Let's go.
Switching sides.
Yeah.
And a camouflage trap. Punch a chair onto it.
Like last round with Soldier, I'm trying to gauge which spot exposes me the least to that main opening. Thankfully, this time we have a Reinhardt up here and I can move with his shield.
Genji's in it.
Alright, yeah, go back now.
Nice. Okay, let's drop down.
I'm gonna spam it so they can't get rezzed.
They don't have mercy.
Nice.
So they don't yet.
I'm pushing this Winston.
Oh yeah, push him.
Tracer's on our Roadhog.
He's dead, he's dead.
I called out Tracer because Roadhog didn't have a microphone.
I'm gonna go for this Moira.
Good choke.
I got Tracer.
Sorry.
Got Moira. Let's go. Yo, there's this. Can we stagger him? Kinda? Sorry. Back up. We don't need to go.
Yeah, I'm on speed. Let's go.
Setting up another
Follow right.
It worked.
Yeah, I'm gonna hold up
Okay,
here.
we almost have tire. I might just try to rotate right room to see us all up here.
I put the trap in the same spot. Maybe a retard falls for it again.
Just on the right. Yeah,
Missed
please
out
rotate
on a
right
little
room.
bit of damage boost.
Oh, you're bad.
Good job, dude.
I keep my eye on the enemy Zenyatta sitting far back. I assume he'll keep shooting at me and need to position carefully. I push up closer to Reinhardt so Zenyatta can no longer see me. Then I realise this position isn't great either. I don't want to play this close to Reinhardt while he's in front of the stairs with only me and Lucio behind him. Like, what if the enemy just walks through his shield, you know? I kept peeking Zenyatta to see if he was still aiming at me, which I think is a poor idea with even worse reasoning.
Tracer coming behind us.
Behind me, where Tracer came from, is where I should have been watching, rather than asking to be hit by Zenyatta.
Oh,
I don't know. Yeah, I'm not. I'm just dropping out. Actually, I'll stall it. You don't.
don't stop you, Tyre.
Oh, I almost killed Genji. Let's go. There's fall back. Yeah. You already set up here?
Once again, I feel like we lost point A because I fucked up.
I feel like they probably have Genji ult.
My beats at 80.
I give Lucio some attention, absolutely terrified of enemy Genji getting ult before him.
Drop him down. They're like all top up right now on the little bridge. Nice pick.
Did I get some deals on? Sorry. Well, I'm probably, yeah, my bad.
I knew if I tried a Res Reaper normally, Tracer would just kill me.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, that Valkyrie was really bad. We'd already killed 3 of them, and Reaper didn't even need to be rezzed. I just panicked because enemy Tracer was in the vicinity.
Oh, holy shit, I got dumb.
Yeah, we shatter and beat her. Close anything else?
I intentionally wait until Valkyrie is over to heal Junkrat, so I can get some ult charge out of it.
Blossom.
It hit me that enemy Zarya hadn't used Grav yet, so I distanced myself.
Tracer on point.
Genji's one.
Let's run again.
Nice, good pick.
He's probably gonna go for you.
Sorry, no bubble.
This means we've got nothing but grab. Be careful. Yeah, there we go.
And then
Yeah,
he's grabbed it.
Yeah, it looks like fine.
Wasted. Let's go.
The enemy wasting Grav was absolutely huge for us.
Huge grab.
I see enemy Zarya swap to D.Va, not sure why I didn't call it out, but I felt very relieved. Not having to play around Graviton takes off so much pressure.
Yeah, for point, I guess. But that'd be D.Va, so.
Yeah, instead of Zarya now.
Good opportunity, just do it. They're going left. Or no, right.
This death was unfortunate, and I think enemy Zenyatta was really skilled. At first, I thought he just got lucky here, but I did lag behind as Reinhardt moved, and was exposed to the doorway for like a second.
Trying to get a fat tire as well.
Oh, I thought I could get that pack. Holy fuck.
The Winston's ulted on me in the room though, so I can.
Enemy Winston knocked me off the point and into a safer position. Thanks, dude.
Down point. You guys got
Wait,
the
when he's
straight.
lit, Nice. Yeah, I got this in.
Send
Great.
save one. They're dropping out. They're just engaging.
Oh my gosh, I
We
didn't
want it. Good trip.
Damage increase.
I damage boost our wounded Reaper, and then just walk away from him.
There we go. Fisher's one, no recall.
What else do we think they have?
Might D.Va bump.
I think they...
I hide for a few seconds to get Discord off. I don't want Zen tracking me when I reposition.
If we get any more ults.
I got two.
Junkrat didn't need to be rezzed. We'd won the fight and had severe spawn advantage, but I also wanted to pad my stats. I was like, I'll have res again by the time they push in.
Heilstrahl aktiviert.
They have Widow now.
You're good. Too. Oh, my bad.
Then Junkrat dies again, and I'm like, oh shit, god damn it.
Careful, Tracer. Be careful.
I start firing my pistol, and then realise I already have Valkyrie, so I'd just be feeding enemy support ults.
She fucked up.
I briefly used heal mode on a fully healthed ally.
On the right.
Damage boost engaged.
I need this tire right now. We're so close. 90.
I beat.
Nice.
I didn't know where Widow was, but I knew she had to have vision on McCree's corpse. I couldn't risk a normal res and would have to use Valkyrie.
We did.
Instead of activating it right away, I waited a few seconds with my back to allies and the point. I had reasoning, but it's flimsy. I was hoping I could wait until there was only 20 seconds left, so I'd be in Valk until the end of the round.
Oh, that Genji's one. That Genji's one. Just melee.
Nice, nice.
One inner voice was yelling at me to shoot the Genji, and the other said, keep on healing Junkrat. I still can't decide which was the better move.
And hog. Oh, nice, good game, boys.
GG.
Hog champ.
Nice.